in the heart of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, where the lush green canopy of the rainforest meets the vibrant rhythms of tribal life, a tragic tale of exploitation unfolds, a tale deeply intertwined with the global demand for technology and the minerals that power it. The DRC is endowed with vast deposits of valuable minerals like tantalum, tungsten, and coltan, essential components in the production of smartphones, laptops, and other electronic devices. However, these riches come at a steep price, particularly for the indigenous tribes who call this land home. For centuries, these tribes have lived in harmony with their environment, relying on the forest for sustenance, shelter, and spiritual connection. But as the world's appetite for technology grew, so did the allure of the DRC's mineral wealth, drawing multinational corporations into a fray that would forever alter the lives of its people. In recent decades, the surge in demand for electronics has led to an influx of mining operations, many of which are illegal or operate with little regard for the well-being of local communities. Reports emerged of artisanal miners, often working under perilous conditions, extracting these precious minerals in conflict zones where profits are funneled into armed groups, perpetuating violence and instability. This complex web of exploitation has led to the emergence of the term blood minerals, reflecting the bloodshed associated with their extraction, as major corporations, including Apple, sought to secure these resources for their supply chains. They often turned a blind eye to the ethical implications of their sourcing practices, prioritizing profit over the lives impacted by their operations. The impact on local tribes has been devastating, with increasing demand for minerals. Land that was once abundant with flora and fauna has been stripped bare, displacing entire communities and disrupting age-old traditions. Families are often forced to leave their ancestral homes, their livelihoods destroyed as the forest, once a source of food and shelter, becomes a barren landscape littered with mining debris. Children, instead of attending school, are compelled to work in hazardous conditions, laboring in mines where safety is a foreign concept and the threat of violence looms large. The erosion of cultural identity is palpable. The rich tapestry of tribal life, woven through generations, is at risk of unraveling under the weight of corporate greed and exploitation. As the situation worsened, grassroots organizations and activists began to raise awareness about the plight of these communities. They highlighted the stark reality that while companies like Apple tout their commitment to ethical sourcing and sustainability, the lived experiences of the DRC's tribes tell a different story. Activists traveled to the affected regions, documenting human rights abuses and calling for accountability from corporations that profit from the suffering of others. Their voices resonated with a growing movement advocating for fair trade and ethical consumerism, pushing for transparency in supply chains and demanding that corporations take responsibility for their impact on vulnerable populations. Despite these efforts, significant challenges remain. The intertwined nature of global capitalism and local conflict creates a formidable barrier to change. Many tribes are caught in a cycle of poverty and violence, unable to advocate for their rights in a system that often ignores their existence. The legal frameworks intended to protect these communities are often weak or poorly enforced, leaving them vulnerable to exploitation by mining companies seeking quick profits. Furthermore, the complexities of international supply chains make it difficult to trace the origins of minerals, complicating efforts to ensure that no blood minerals are used in the production of electronics. Amidst this turmoil, there are glimmers of hope. Some companies are beginning to acknowledge their responsibilities, implementing measures to ensure that their supply chains are free from conflict minerals. Initiatives aimed at promoting responsible mining practices are emerging, encouraging collaboration between corporations, local governments, and communities to create sustainable solutions. These efforts, however, require genuine commitment and substantial change at all levels, from corporate boardrooms to local governance. The exploitation of the tribes in the DRC, due to the blood mineral policies of major corporations like Apple, is not merely a local issue. It is a global challenge that demands our attention and action. It underscores the need for a collective awakening to the realities of our consumption patterns and the ethical responsibilities that accompany them. So next time you buy an Apple iPhone, just try to remember the atrocities behind that.